In this video, we're going to talk about the dynamics for Sweet Hour of Prayer. If you've looked at a copy of the music, one thing that you'll notice is that there are large areas where certain groups of us don't sing at all. There's quite a few flute solos where none of us are singing. The women don't even come in until page 5. Anyway, that's the first thing I want to point out. Next, this song has a very predictable kind of an ebb and a flow to it. And I've tried to make that obvious with the notations that I've made. I'll point out over the first page or so what I'm talking about. And the ebb and flow, I should be more specific. What I'm talking about is volume when I talk about the ebb and flow. And the, the ebb and flow rather follows where the notes go higher and lower. So if you'll notice, the song starts out, "Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer." That's almost a constant build straight up the scale. And then the next phrase, "That calls me from a world of care." It descends there. And throughout the song, it does that. It ascends and then descends the scale in terms of notes. As it does that, you'll find that we will parallel with our volume. As the notes go up, we'll get louder. As the notes come back down, we will soften. It'll sound something like this. "Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, that calls me from a world of care, and builds me at my Father's throne, make all my wants and wishes known." And it does this through the entire song. It's very predictable. The next thing that I want to point out is every measure follows a very predetermined ebb and flow. You have a quarter note, followed by an eighth note, followed by a quarter note, followed by an eighth note. And I would say 85% of all of the measures in the song. And so the way that rhythm will sound is it'll sound da 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 da, or "Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer." And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be accentuating all of the quarter notes. And I've marked that in the music with arrows. And so the finished product, what I mean by accentuating, is I want it to sound something like this. "Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, that calls me from a world of care, and bids me at my Father's throne." And you see how we kind of get this, it's not rock and roll, but it's kind of a very, there's an ebb and a flow to it. Each measure has this, almost a sway to it. I imagine being in a rowboat at sea, and that's how the song plays out, and that's how I want it to sound. Next, in terms of where we're going to slow down and speed up, I have tried to mark that very clearly in the music. The first one that I'm coming across is at the bottom of page 3. "And oft escaped," starting with the word the tempter's snare, by thy return. So see how we did that on tempter's snare. And then when we come in, by thy return, we're still kind of slow. We haven't, "Sweet hour of prayer." We're going to make that dramatic. When that verse ends and the accompaniment has their bridge, they're going to take it back to a regular pace, and we're going to kind of jaunt along throughout.